Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm meadsyreplays. Welcome back to the channel. Now, this week and next week, we have pretty much some episodes for you. So for the next 5 days, 5 or 6 days, we are going to have a top 5 week. And the next week, we're going to have World of Dummy week. Now, I've done this because as from today, the day that this video is released, I will be going on vacation with the family we'll be in Lanzarote. So we're going for 10 days. So of course I need 10 videos to drop whilst I'm away. So just to make it a little bit simple for me, I always do this when I go on holiday. Is just do like a top 5 week or anything like that. So today, there's the top 5s in no sort of particular reason or anything like that, or just one subject. It's all different subjects, and today's top 5 is the top 5 best nickname tanks. So a lot of tanks out there has a nickname. So this is the AMX-40. The nickname for this tank is the duck tank because it looks like an utter stupid duck. Yes, it's been known for the duck tank for a very long time. In fact, Wargaming did a event where they actually got that tank in as a duck tank a while ago. So yeah, nice little name for that. Next up, we have the S35, a French tier 5 tank destroyer. This is the bathtub. Yes, it's a bathtub because, as you guessed, it looks like a bathtub. Actually, do you know what? This tank is a very nice tank. It's not got no armor, but the gun is really, really good for a tier 5 tank, and for a bathtub, the gun is very, very good. But yeah, it lacks armor, so this is why this game I'm sort of sat in a bush, because I don't really want to be shot, because as soon as I be shot, I'm going to lose a lot of my hit points, especially when you are coming up against tier 6 tanks. So you do have to be very careful when you are playing this tank. But this tank, the bathtub, is definitely a tank worth grinding. If you haven't got the tank, it definitely is a tank worth getting, because it can be a fun tank to play. And like I said, the gun is really, really good on it. I just wished it had a little bit more armor, but you know, it is what it is. We are going to lose a little bit of our hit points, but we are going to take care of that Hellcat. So we are now a one shot, but it is a 5 versus 4. The Matilda Black Prince over there, I mean, the accuracy seems pretty decent on this tank. I do miss a shot in a minute, but that shot there seemed to go exactly where I wanted it, and the same as this shot goes exactly where I wanted it, and I do manage to take care of the Matilda Black Prince. So just 3 tanks left against us 4, so I can't see it being too difficult, especially as the Stug over there is a one shot, and this is where I'm going to miss my shot, but I do come back with a very good shot after this. You can see, like, you can only see a tiny bit of the tank, and of course I do miss the shot. So instead I'm going to switch up to the HE because he's only on 17 hit points, and we do manage to get the shot. So definitely the bathtub is a very nice tank. Now next up we have the T95. Now this tank is known as the Doom Turtle. Yes, the Doom Turtle, because it's as slow as a turtle, and it's very, very dangerous. So that's why people call this tank the Doom Turtle. Now I've never really loved this tank, and it's always been a sort of a frustrating tank for me. Just like the tortoise, sorry, I was going to say the turtle. Just like the tortoise, I really want to like the tank, and when things go your way, the tank is really, really good. Now this tank is better than it has been because Wargaming buffed the speed on the thing, and actually it's not too bad. The traverse is not bad at all for what it is. But yeah, I mean, it's in the right situation. This tank is very, very good. It's got good armor, it's got a good gun, it can deal a lot of damage, but yeah, it's just so big and so slow. I've never sort of really, really liked it, but it's always had the name the Doom Turtle, because it is a dangerous turtle, and it is still a very, very slow tank. So just, I mean, we're going to win this game. It is now a 6 versus 4. The guy over there, the Chieftain T95, is going to get taken out, and it just leaves 3 guys up this side of the map. Now watch this shot here. I'm going to aim, and it goes just over him. But you can see we've only lost sort of 400 hit points, but we've managed to bounce just over 2,000 damage there, so not too bad at all, and we are on a nearly 3.5k damage ourselves. So you can always bounce in this thing. Of course, it does have that hatch on top, but you can bounce in any sort of direction, any angle. You can bounce from the side, from the rear, from the front. Of course, you do need to try and hide the lower plate, but even the lower plate is still a very strong lower plate. And the hatch as well. The hatch isn't the weakest of hatches. But yeah, the Doom Turtle is not a bad tank at all. Next up, this is a tank we've recently looked at, and it's the Toaster, the Death Toaster. And again, because it looks like a toaster, just look at that. You can put a slice of bread either side of that gun, because it just looks so much like a toaster. Even not just the top of it, but the whole tank itself. It just looks like a toaster with a cannon. And that's why, since this tank has been released, it's always been known as the Death Toaster, because in fact, it's got no armor. It's got no armor, but the gun on this thing is to die for. Absolutely amazing gun on this tank. It just lacks the armor profile and it lacks the looks. I mean, it's a freaking toaster. Wargaming could actually put a toaster in there with a gun and people would think it's this tank. So yeah, the Death Toaster, a German tier 5, is now a collectible tank. So if you've never owned this tank, the likelihood of you owning it is very, very low, because Wargaming don't often sell this tank. But if you own the tank when it was a tech tree and you don't know more, you can always request the tank back. Now, the last up is, of course, the Death Star. Now, I don't know too much about the Death Star, because all I know it is a Star Wars reference, because something in the sky or whatever it is that just comes down and lasers or blows you up. And I think that's right anyway, but I don't watch Star Wars, never have, or Star Trek or anything like that. I'm not into anything like that. But even though I'm not into anything like that, I've always called this tank the Death Star, because that's what everyone used to call it, and that's what people still call it, because of things like that. You just get a nasty shot out of nowhere and then you're dead. So I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Let me know your best nickname tank in the game in the comments below. Hope you enjoyed it. I'm Meadsy. I'll catch you soon.